Hello, it's Lesley Fightmaster, and this is a yoga quickie for stretching. If you're not a part of the Fightmaster Yoga community, we would love for you to join us and push the subscribe button. So let's start sitting up nice and tall. Bring the hands together in front of the heart and set your intention for your practice today. All intentions are always welcome. And then from here, come onto the back. Let's pay special attention to our breath today. Feet hips width, outer edges of the feet are parallel. Nice long inhale as you lift into a gentle bridge pose. And then exhale and lower back down. And again, we'll inhale, lift up, low back, mid back, maybe upper back. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift up. Again, this time reach the arms overhead at the same time. As you exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time, arms by your sides. Again, inhale to lift. Stretch the front of the body, tailbone toward backs of knees. Exhale and lower. And we'll do one more. Inhale to lift, pressing into the heels. Chin away from chest. Exhale and lower back down. Draw your right knee into your chest and then extend your left leg out onto the floor. Draw your right leg up toward the ceiling. Hold on behind the thigh or down by the calf, or you might take your toe. Try and draw that right hip a little bit forward. Keep the left toes pointed up to the ceiling, flexing the left ankle. And then maybe draw it in a little bit deeper if you can, lifting the head and shoulders up unless it bothers your neck. Take a big breath and release it. Let's draw the left knee in, inhale. Exhale the right leg out, point the toes up. Take a couple breaths here and then extend the leg. Stretching out the hamstrings, hold on behind the thigh or down by the calf or take the toe. Keep drawing the left hip forward as you breathe here. Long, smooth breaths in and out through the nose if you can, if not through the mouth. Exhale, stay or lift up the head and shoulders, coming in a little bit deeper. Just a couple breaths here. Long breaths and release it. Hug the knees into the chest and roll yourself up to seated. And we'll make our way into downward dog. So the hands are, cat-cow first. So inhale, bring the chest forward, wrists are under shoulders. Exhale, round the back, hips are over knees. Inhale, widen the collarbones, bring the chest through. As you exhale, press away from the floor, pull the ribs and belly in. Again, inhale forward, lifting the chin and tailbone up. Then we'll make our way to down dog. So start to lift, but keep your knees bent and try and stretch out the spine and then reach the left heel down. And then the right heel down. So bending one knee and then the other, straightening the opposite leg a couple of times. Again, stretching out the hamstrings. Arms shoulder distance. Now bend both knees and then slowly start to straighten the legs any amount. If they don't straighten all the way, it's fine. Just get a stretch. Inhale, make your way to plank. Knees can be down if you like, or keep them up. Shift forward, lower all the way down to the belly, and then come to your forearms for Sphinx pose. Elbows right under shoulders. Big breaths here. Widen the collarbones, reach the tailbone toward the heels. Keep the belly lifted. And then interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift up. Shalabhasana variation. We'll keep the feet pressing down and try and lift up. Keep the pubic bone pressing down gently, lengthening the front of the body. Release. Release the clasp and then reclasp with your other pinky on top, lifting up once more. Press all the toenails into the floor so the inner thighs lift up. Pull the ribs in, tailbones lengthening. And then hands by low ribs, press up onto the knees. And now step your right foot up between the hands for a lunge. Make sure the right knee doesn't go past the ankle. And now straighten the right leg and fold over the leg, pulling the right hip back. And we'll move with breath. So inhale, sink forward, big breath in. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, sink forward. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. Pull the right hip back. Exhale and straighten the leg. Bend the knee, inhale. If you can't reach the floor with your hands, it's fine. You can keep them up on the leg. We're going to hold here, reach the arms up, spin the triceps forward, keep the ribs in, and either stay with that or reach the fingertips toward the ground. Let your head go back a little bit as long as you're not straining the neck, and keep lifting and widening through the chest. Then we'll straighten the front leg, folding over the leg, half split, or if you want to slide out toward a split, you can slide out, but be careful with your splits. We don't want to ever force it. Pull the right hip back. We want level hips here in a split if you're taking it. Back toes point straight back behind you. Take another breath here. And then roll onto your right hip and bend your right knee, setting up for pigeon pose. But if that bothers your knee at all, lay on your back. Take your right ankle past your left knee for thread the needle. I'm going to take pigeon. You do what's best for you. You can fold forward or you can stay up. If you're rolling off onto your right hip, prop up that hip with something like a pillow or a blanket so that your hips are level. Breathe. Really focus on long, smooth inhales and exhales today. We always focus on the breath, but it's such an important part. Inhale, come up, roll to the right. Bring your left leg over the right leg, knee on top of knee for Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana. Right arm up, bend the elbow. Take the left hand behind. You can clasp hands or hold onto your shirt. Roll the left shoulder back as the right elbow lifts up and sit up tall. So you might have a nice stretch here in the hips and make sure you keep the collarbones widened. If you want a deeper stretch in the hips, extend forward, but with a long spine. Instead of rounding the spine, lean forward, hinging from your hips. So belly to thighs. Breathe here. Inhale, come up. Put the hands on the floor and step yourself back to table. Hands are a little in front of the shoulders. Left foot forward, knee over ankle, sink the hips, pull the left hip back. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold over that straight front leg. Inhale and begin to bend the knees, sink the hips forward, drawing the left hip back. Exhale and fold over the straight left leg, still pulling the left hip back. Inhale, bend the knee. Remember, if your hands can't reach, just keep them up on your left leg. Or if you have blocks, you can put a block on either side. Exhale, bend or straighten the leg, folding forward, half Hanumanasana. And now we'll sink in, inhale, this time adding the arms. Stretch up tall. Try and pull the front ribs in and reach the tailbone down as you pull that left hip back. Stretch up through arrow, straight arms. Breathing, long, smooth breaths. Either stay or reach fingertips toward the floor as if someone's just pressing their knee or foot gently into your upper back and widening the collarbones and moving the shoulder blades forward. And then hands back down. We'll straighten the front leg, half Hanumanasana, half split. You can stay in the half split, or if you'd like to extend out toward the full split, do that carefully though. You want to keep the leg muscles engaged if you're folding or if you're coming forward into the full split especially. If you're not touching and you have a block handy, you can put it underneath your front thigh. Make sure the back toes are straight back behind you as you're pulling back on that left hip. And don't worry if you don't get all the way down. I don't many days as well. Roll onto the left hip and fold into pigeon, or line your back, left ankle just past the right knee for thread the needle. If pigeon hurts your knee, don't mess with it. And then either stay up or extend forward. And then again, if your left hip is rolling down onto the floor, prop it up a little bit with a pillow or a towel or a blanket so your hips are level. That's going to keep your left knee safer. And then long, smooth breaths right into that left hip. Just another breath or two. Walk yourself up, lean to the left, swing your right leg all the way to the front, line up, knee on top of knee. Reach your left arm up, bend that left elbow, right arm behind to clasp, or hold on to your shirt if you can't reach your fingers. Inhale, lengthen. Keep the front ribs pulled in, lift up through the back ribs. Tailbone's lengthening here. So if you have a nice hip stretch, rolling the right shoulder back And lean forward if you want a bigger stretch. Otherwise, stay up. And keep lifting that right shoulder ahead because it likes to round forward. And keep the left elbow pointed right in line with the ear. Spinning the tricep in. Come on up, release. And we'll come right onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the arms to a T. Drop the knees off to the left and turn, look over the right shoulder. If you want a deeper stretch, cross your right knee on top of your left knee. It's just an option. Again, check in with the breath. Keep it nice and steady and strong. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees over to the right, looking left, and cross the left over right if you want a deeper stretch. Breathing long, long, smooth breaths. It's so good for our bodies to take long breaths. We only use about 30% of our lung capacity regularly, so it's great to increase it. Let's come back to center, and we'll make our way into Savasana. So take a few moments to get yourself comfortable. Feet flop open, arms by your sides, palms up, and then just breathe naturally. Relax, and I'll be back in a moment. And while you're resting, I'll read our quote. It's from BKS Iyengar. It has the word God in it. If you don't like that word, you can change it to love or universe or higher power, whatever you like. When you inhale, you are taking the strength from God. When you exhale, it represents the service you are giving to the world. Take a nice long stretch through the arms and the legs, bend the knees, roll to the right side, and then slowly press yourself up to seated. Sitting nice and tall, hands together in front of our heart. Let's bring the hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication, sending this wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Subscribe to our channel and leave me a comment if there's something that you would like to see. I have a new course out called Align. So if you want to learn how to align your body properly, there is a link below that will take you to our discounted course. And have a wonderful day. Bye.